Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Lots of games still going on right now. We're working on our scoreboard, very much so. Darren Archer back in the green room is typing in the scores, and we will be getting those up and getting them out to you. And some of you may still be at games with the temperatures rising. There were some water breaks, I'm sure, tonight. So a lot of games have not gone final. We do have some finals. A reminder that you're watching the only and listening to, or both, the only statewide high school football scoreboard show going on anywhere in the state of Missouri. Hey, and our newest sponsor, are you nearing retirement or maybe just turned 65? Medicare shouldn't feel like a maze. At Calhoun and Associates Insurance, they give you step-by-step guide, just like a good neighbor would. We've helped hundreds of folks just like you pick up the right Medicare plan and build retirement strategy that fits your needs and your dreams. Because planning for the future shouldn't be stressful. It should be empowering. You've earned peace of mind. Now let's make sure you get it. Call Calhoun and Associates Insurance tomorrow, 417-379-2157. Again, that's 417-379-2157, or visit calhouninsurances.com. Local experts, personalized advice, and real peace of mind. Again, I want to encourage everybody to go to our YouTube page and subscribe at Missouri Sports Network, also on Facebook, and give us a like. You could sign up and follow us at Missouri Sports Network, at Scoreboard Guy, and at playing underscore sports. Guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller. Kent, I tell you, a big night for football tonight. I think you said 186 games over this weekend.
That's right, 182 games. There's 3 of them last night, 171 tonight. 7 will kick off tomorrow, and there's 1 on Monday. So 182 games. That's a lot of football.
It is indeed. We'll be catching up at 9:40 here with Joe Wells from Logan Rogersville, as they got a win last night over Parkview 34-12. We'll also be visiting at 9:50 with Mountain Grove head football coach Dan Swafford. And how about that win for SLU tonight over DeSmet? First time they beat them in the last 9 meetings. So we will be visiting with the coach Adam Cruz at 10 o'clock. So lots of coaches coming in, and we're just excited to get to them. We don't have a lot of scores up at this time, but we'll turn it back over to the scoreboard, or to the score desk, and Kent Mueller, and kind of let everybody know what we do have, and it's all available at scoreboardguy.net.
All right. There were the 3 games that were played last evening. It was Logan Rogersville 34, Parkview 12, and over on the western part of the state, Shawnee Mission West out of Kansas defeated Lincoln Prep 34-13. Then to the east, it was University City 39, Fort Zumwalt East 34. And coming across the state, King City defeated Albany this evening 52-0. It was Rockport 56, Tarkio 0. West Nottoway 58, Stewartsville 0. Portageville defeated Confluence Prep 13-0. Putnam County over Trenton 41-0. Monroe City 46, South Shelby 0. And Mid-Buchanan 49 went into Kansas to play Centralia of Kansas 49-13. And I remember Centralia when I was young. That's where the Riggins boys came from. They had really good football back then. Back into Missouri, Father Tolton 58, East Prairie 0. Mountain Grove 48, Ava 7. It was Park Hills Central 43, Frederickstown 0. And it was Branson over Bolivar 35-6. And Liberty over on the Wentzville over Warrenton 35-0. Carl Junction 49, Marshfield 15. Francis Howell Central 34, Vianney 21. It was Eureka 56-0 over Hazelwood Central. And CBC over Chaminade 64-7. And let's see more finals. Those are the finals that I have for tonight.
Lots of big games out there. We'll be visiting here just shortly with Joel Wells, Logan Rogersville head football coach, as they get a 34-12 victory over Parkview. The new state rankings came out earlier this week on Monday. Not a lot of changes, but there were some changes in the state rankings, and we'll run through those really quick here as we await Coach coming in here. Now I can't find him. I'll be doggone. But here, nope, just not going to be able to get to them right now. But anyway, some changes, and as I find them here as we go on, we'll get to those. No games in my backyard tonight as Bolivar was on the road at Branson. And like I said, there'll be scores coming in later on just because of the heat that was out there today. We had some mandatory water breaks. Let me check here real quick on other places. We get updated scores on finals. Final we do have now from Camdenton, as Smith Cotton out of Sedalia beats Camdenton 42-19. Centralia, I think you mentioned that win. Centralia with a 52-16 win over Clark County. That coming in just about 4 minutes ago. You got Mill Valley, Kansas up 21-19 on Lee Summit North, and that was with about 6 minutes remaining there in the fourth quarter. In Mill Valley, I believe they're the number one ranked team in the state of Kansas in the big school size.
That is correct. Mill Valley has a great program over there. They've been pretty dominant for about 5 or 6 years now.
Elsewhere, do have I think not sure what that final is, but we'll get to that as well. Final score: Seneca over Nevada, 54-33. We have reached out to head coach Cody Hilburn on that as well. Lamar hangs on, and they defeat Tipton 21-7 in a great game there with two teams that would be vying for a state qualifier or a state championship. And in Lamar's case, they've been 12 out of the last 16 state championship games. Jefferson, with 3:07 remaining in the fourth quarter, leads Herculaneum 34-22. That's probably gone final by now. Farmington in the fourth quarter over Poplar Bluff 49-6. Pattonville, and that is a final over Marquette 45-29. There, and some of these may be duplicates of what Kent read. I'm getting from another page. West Strand over Fulton 36-28. That game has gone final. DeSoto defeats North County defeats DeSoto 14-13. That game is a final as well. I want to remind you, Springfield Area Quarterback Club is back up on Monday, and we do have a final. Warsaw defeats Lafayette County out of Higginsville 32-0. And we thanks to Adam Howe for that. We'll put our chat board up here too. If you'd like to send us a comment, you can do that via YouTube, via Restream, via Twitter, and via Facebook. And it'll come right up here in front of us. If you've got something or a score that we did not read, then we'll go from there. We welcome to the show. We welcome to the show now the head coach of Logan Rogersville, Coach Joel Wells. Coach Wells, thanks for joining us.
Yes, happy to be here.
Coach, a big win last night. What does a high school football coach do when you get a rare Friday night off? But talk about, first off, last night's game, 34-12 over Parkview.
game that we feel like we needed to win. I thought it was a big game for us and establish some momentum for our program. And we came out and hit a couple of deep balls early in the ball game, and really set the tone, and were able to pull away from them there in the second quarter.
Coach, talk about some of the young men that really played well for you. And have you had any surprises? I know a lot of coaches, they go through the summer and they get into the beginning of the season, and then you've all of a sudden you've got a young man that steps up, maybe playing over his head a little bit. Talk about some of the guys that played well for you last night, and maybe some of the surprises that you've had this year.
Well, I don't know that I don't know if any big surprises for us, but our quarterback Sam Freeze had a nice ball game last night. Threw for like 290 yards and 4 touchdowns, and Gage Hale had, I think, 4 receptions for 190 and 3 touchdowns, and as a sophomore, and so that's a big number. Cash Clark's been really one of our best players on both sides of the ball. He had 100 something all-purpose yards and 2 interceptions on the defensive side, and Joe Roach has been a real big factor running the football for us. He's averaging almost 7-8 yards a carry for us on the year. So those guys have made a huge amount of plays on the offensive side of the ball, and some big plays certainly last night.
Coach, the most important thing, coming out of a game is you come out of it relatively healthy, other than obvious, football bumps and bruises.
Well, we got bunged up a little bit last night. We really did. We lost, a couple of guys with shoulder separation injuries, and hopefully we'll get them back in a couple of weeks. But it was a physical ball game, and Parkview, they brought all they had. I mean, they made it hard on us in the run game, and we were just fortunate enough to be able to hit some deep shots on them.
Coach, what does a coach do when you have a Friday night off and you're used to playing Friday nights, and you've been that way for obviously a number of decades? What do you do when you have a Friday night off in the middle of the season?
Well, actually, I went to Marshfield and watched Marshfield Carl Junction for a half. This is what I did, and came home and sat there and watch Kansas State and Arizona play. But just got it in your blood. You have to go somewhere, watch somebody.
What challenge lies in front of you next week?
Carl Junction, they've got a great football team. I was very impressed with them on film, and I was very impressed with them live tonight. They've got a really, really good running back, like a little bowling ball, hard to tackle. They're big up front. I think they return all their offensive linemen, their quarterback, and their running back. So, Todd Hafner does a great job of coaching them, and they're going to be somebody to be reckoned with, certainly in our district.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, it's great to have you back in the area. I always enjoy catching up with you, and I look forward to breaking bread with you at Monday at the Quarterback Club.
Yes, sir. Thanks. I appreciate the opportunity to be on. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks, Coach. Have a great day.
Yeah,
Coach Joe Wells there from Logan Rogersville, as they get a big win over Parkview, and they've got Carl Junction coming up. We're going to step away right now, take a quick timeout, update the scoreboard, and go back to the score desk here before our next interview with head coach Dan Swafford from Mountain Grove. So stick with us right now. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. We'll be right back on the Missouri Sports Network.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. Doing what they do best. Helping neighbors, pitching in, getting it done. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. And every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Seems Bill's up the creek without a paddle.
That's not funny.
And while he really wants a new boat, at Central Bank, we're helping Bill plan for what's most important, like retiring early and fishing whenever he wants. Hey, Bill, try it again.
Fine.
Hope a new boat's part of this plan.
Dream bigger, Bill. We're thinking about a cabin, too.
Now that's a plan.
The Walnut Street Inn is located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State Campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. I can see you guys watching on Twitter right now and right here on Restream as well on YouTube. Hey, drop us a note. Let us know where you're watching from or listening from, and we'll mention it on the air. Shout out to Adam Howe from over at Warsaw. He was kind enough to send us some photos. And last week, when we interviewed the Warsaw football coach, they put it up on the screen at the pizza place so everybody could hear. So that was very nice of him to do. Also want to mention, sponsored by the Bank of Billings. Bank of Billings established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. And we'll go back to the score desk with Kent Mueller, and we'll get through at least the 8-man scores before we visit with Dan Swafford from Mountain Grove.
All right, the 8-man scores. We have most of them already. Northwest, 36. Concordia, 26. It was Northland Christian going into Kansas to play Cornerstone and coming away with a 26-24 win. Appleton City, 82. Drexel, 60. Lockwood defeated Jasper, 67-20. King City over Albany, 52-0. And it was Knox County, 71. Schuyler County, 6. Mound City defeated South Holt 42-18. Hardin Central over Santa Fe 60-16. And it was Slater 64, Sweet Springs 42. Platte Valley defeated DeKalb 44-16. St. Joe Christian came out ahead of Stanberry 58-32. It was Rockport 56, Tarkio 0, and Wellington Napoleon 63-26 over Bishop LeBlanc. West Nottoway defeated Stewartsville 58-0. Those are the 8-man scores that I have. Have all three from last night. Logan Rogersville, we just heard from that coach, defeated Parkview 34-12. It was Shawnee Mission West 34-13 over Lincoln College Prep. And University City defeated Fort Zumwalt East last evening, 39-34. We'll get into some Class 1 schools. Cole Camp, 24, Sherwood, 8. It was Portageville in a forfeit over Confluence Prep. Putnam County, 41, Trenton, 0. Marionville, 36, Skyline, 6. Monroe City, 46, South Shelby, 0. Lamar defeated Tipton 21-7.
Very good.
Brilliant.
We're going to welcome now. We welcome to the show Mountain Grove head football coach Dan Swafford. Coach Swafford, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
Coach, big win tonight over Ava. Tell us about the ball game.
Well, we had a good night, and kids came out and played hard, and it's the one team we hadn't been able to beat in the conference in a long time, and since I've been here, that's the only team we hadn't got a chance to have a victory on. So I think they just had a great determination to compete and play hard, and they were. I mean, it is what it is. They really wanted it bad, and so we executed well and kind of just kept rolling right off the get-go, and I think it was a 14-point game in the first quarter, and just kept growing from there. And so we just had a good night. Things rolled real well for us offensively, and then defensively we were able to take care of business.
Who played really well for you tonight?
Well, we had several guys that played really well. Our quarterback, Aiden Estep, popped a big one for about 70 yards on the second touchdown. And then Eli Golden is a halfback that had some really good runs. Our fullback, Wood Curtis, started us off with just making some really good cuts and found his way into the end zone. So we just had several guys that had a good game, and then we had some younger guys played really well at the end that played the second half, and executed what we did against the varsity team. So I was just real proud of that as well.
Did you come out of tonight's game healthy? I mean, other than just bumps and bruises from football.
Yeah, we had some tweaks, some ankle. We had our fullback kind of tweaked his ankle. Now he kept on playing, but it got to the point where we kind of got up on him, and so we just thought it'd be wise if he just hung out on the sideline with us. No reason of making that thing worse. But besides that, we did right.
What's your challenge in front of you this coming week?
We go down to Willow Springs, and that's always a place that they love to play football down there. So that's our next challenge that we have, and every week offers up something new. So we'll be ready to go there next.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, as always, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time. Congratulations on the win, and I look forward to catching up with you throughout the season.
Well, thank you, Guy. I appreciate your time.
All right, Coach Swafford. Have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Coach Dan Swafford there, kind enough to join us at Mountain Grove. And Ava's where he spent a lot of time coaching. And it's got to be tough every now and then to go back to where you kind of started. And then he spent some time at Evangel before going back to Mountain Grove. But always a great guy. Went to college with Coach Swafford at the same time here at Southwest Baptist University. But always great to catch up with them. I really enjoy visiting with him. You're listening to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. We'll go back to the score desk because some of the scores are continually updating all night long here at scoreboardguy.net and the Missouri Sports Network. We'll go back to Camp Mueller at the score desk and let him run through what we have at this time.
All right, and we'll start right in with Class 2, and it's the story of the two Centralias. Centralia, Missouri, over Clark County, 52-16, and it was Mid-Buchanan over Centralia, Kansas, 49-13. Caruthersville, 52-3 over Deschênes. Father Tolton defeated East Prairie 58-0, while St. James defeated Herman 35-6. And it was Lutheran South 38 over Priory with 0. Mountain Grove 48, Ava 7. South Callaway 41, Lexington 6. Wright City 34, Bowling Green 6. Southern Boone defeated California 28-7. And it was Park Hills Central 43, Fredericktown 0. St. Genevieve 29, Kennett 15. McDonald County defeated Mount Vernon 48-7. University Academy defeated northeast of Kansas City 41-0. It was Seneca 54-33 over Nevada. Branson 35, Bolivar 6. North County defeated DeSoto in a close one 14-13. It was Liberty over Warrenton 35-0. Carl Junction 49, Marshfield 15. Cape Central defeated Sykeston 33-14. Francis Howell Central came out on top over Vianney 34-21. Hillsborough defeated Washington 27-6. It was Hialeah 66, Battle 6. Farmington defeated Poplar Bluff 49-19, while Eureka defeated Hazelwood Central 56-0. Neosho over Lebanon 47-17. Smith Cotton over Camdenton 42-19, while it was Christian Brothers 64, Chaminade 7. SLU over DeSmet 31-14. Rockers defeated Olathe North out of Kansas 35-14. And that's my first run through of all the scores, all the schools that we have. We'll continue to add more finals. The 3 finals from last night: Logan Rogersville over Parkview 34-12, Shawnee Mission West 34, Lincoln Prep 13, and University City 39, Fort Zumwalt East. Concordia over Northwest. It's Northwest over Concordia 36-26. I think that's a new one. And then Northland Christian defeated Cornerstone out of Kansas 26-24. It was Greenfield 104 over New Heights 62. Lockwood defeated Jasper 67-20. King City over Albany 52-0. Knox County defeated Schuyler County 71-6. Liberal over Osceola 50-44. It was Mound City 42, South Holt 18. Keithsville defeated Orick 56-8. Pattonsburg 74, North Andrew 42, and it was Worth County defeating Princeton 78-6. Hardin County defeated Santa Fe 60-16, while Slater defeated Sweet Spring 64-42. Platte Valley 44 over DeKalb with 16. North Shelby 44, St. Paul Lutheran 40. St. Joe Christian defeated Stanberry 58-32. Rockport 56, Tarkio 0. Wellington Napoleon 63, Bishop LeBon 26, and West Nottoway 58, Stewartsville 0. And let's see, I'll do a quick update here. Class 1, Cole Camp 24, Sherwood 8. Charleston over Malden 48-14. In a forfeit, it was Portageville over Confluence Prep. Putnam County 41, Trenton 0. Marionville 36, Skyline 6. Monroe City 46, South Shelby 0. Crest Ridge 41, Southeast 20. Lamar over Tipton 21-7. And Centralia of Missouri 52, Clark County 16. Centralia of Kansas fell to Mid Buchanan 49-13. Caruthersville 52, Deschênes 3, Father Tolton 58, East Prairie 0. St. James 35, Herman 6, Houston 54, Salem 12, Jefferson 34, Herculaneum 30. It was Lutheran South 38, Priory 0, with Winfield defeating Mark Twain 34-6. Mountain Grove over Ava 48-7. Blair Oaks defeated Osage 42-6. South Callaway over Lexington 41-6, while Wright City defeated Bowling Green 34-6. Southern Boone over California 28-7, and Cassville defeated East Newton 24-14. It was Harrisonville over Center in Kansas City 48-12. Park Hill Central 43, Fredericktown Lutheran North defeats John Burroughs 56-14. St. Genevieve over Kennett 29-15. McDonald County defeated Vernon 48-7.
Well, I want to reach out now to St. Louis University High football coach Allen Cruz.
Hello.
Coach, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Not as well as you are. Big win tonight, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's the first time in the last 9 tries.
And I can't. My own thing. I was 0-5 against them heading tonight. They sent us home the last 2 years, and then when I was the assistant head coach before that, I was 0-4 against them. So it's been a while.
Outstanding. Tell us about the ball game.
Our guys were very resilient. That's an incredibly well-coached team over there at DeSmet. Championship pedigree experience. But our guys hung in there. We raced out to a 14-0 lead, and like good teams do, they fought back. We had a big drive after they tied the game. Will Schulte, who's a tight end for us, who blocks 90% of the time, came up with a huge catch. And then Patrick Morton, who's a first-year football player, he's a soccer guy. His first career field goal was a pretty big one for us going into the half. But hats off to our defense in the second half. Didn't give up a single point. Had 2 goal line stands, forced 3 turnovers. But they had a great second half.
Coach, talk about, I was watching the 2 goal line stands, and not only did you guys really excited on the sideline, but a lot of excitement in the booth from the coaches as well. Tell us a little bit about that. Those two.
We feel like we've got a very special. Coming into this week, our first string defense hadn't given up. That ended in the second quarter. But at halftime, we said, hey, let's let 17 be enough. And the defense really kind of picked up that mantle for the entirety of the second half.
Very good. Well, Coach, tell us a little bit about what's on the, what's the challenges that lay in front of you for next week.
Yeah, well, so we got some things to shore up. Obviously, anytime with the film, it's not as good as you think. It's not as bad as you think. So we'll have some things to fix up. Coming up here in a couple weeks, we got Lift for Life, who's having a great year. We have a much improved Biani and Chaminade team on the docket, and then we end with CBC and Rocker. So schedule's no rest for the weary when it comes to what we got.
Tell us about obviously your defensive line or your defensive group as a whole really stood out tonight. Any individual players that had big nights?
So I got to get to the stats. Kendall McNutt is a guy I've been touting. Keenan Harris has got a national profile. Junior Busby, who's the Mike linebacker, he's going to be a national kid. So Kendall, who's a Kent State commit, obviously not a slouch by any stretch of the imagination, he kind of gets overshadowed a little bit. And he had an amazing night for us. He had an interception. He had a huge tackle on 3rd down, huge tackle on the goal line stand. And I don't have a kid who's a higher character kid than him. So I was really proud that he stood up tonight.
Very good, Coach. Well, hopefully you came out of tonight's game healthy and enjoy this one and get back at it next Monday.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You bet. Thanks, Coach Cruz.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Coach Adam Cruz. And I tell you what, that is a big win for St. Louis University High. But anyway, we're going to step away here, take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll have Allen Hilliard from Allen Hilliard Sports will join us as he was at the Willard game, and we'll be visiting with the Willard head coach at 10:15, Coach Andy McFarland. So we'll be back after these messages from the Missouri Sports Network.
Any given Saturday. And a little work. And a little play.
Hey, little help?
And a truck that says no to nothing.
Hi, Dad. Can I get them a ride?
Yeah.
The Silverado Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done,
They know it only hasn't been done, yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. Guy come alongside Kent Mueller, who is at the score desk, and Darren Archer, who is in the green room typing up scores here. You can go find those scores at scoreboardguy.net. And we welcome into the show now from Allen Hilliard Sports, Allen Hilliard, who was at the Willard Rangeville game. Adam, how'd the game go from your point of view?
Well, it was a pretty competitive game for the first half. It was, I believe, 22-21-7, I believe, was the halftime score. But the second half was really about turnovers, and both teams kind of had that turnover bug. I think in 10 plays there was 5 turnovers, which eventually, a couple loose balls led to
left
some
onto the
extra
I-44 East ramp.
Points for Willard. But Willard, a good team. Also, the Tigers showing some really good effort tonight in that ball game to hang in there the way they
did. In 1,000 feet, merge onto I-44 East.
Okay. I guess you're trying to get home.
Yeah, I think my GPS is going a little wild there.
Very good. I figured that you would know your way up and down I-44 by now. But anyway, any surprises that you've seen at this time?
Well, the one that really surprised me, I was kind of skipping through. I made a comment to one of the coaches today. It's amazing now that you can go on just your phone and subscribe to some YouTube channels, and you could watch. It's like College Game Day or something. I mean, you could watch great high school broadcasts now. But Lebanon and Neosho really, I think, outperformed themselves and had a good victory over Lebanon today.
Yeah, that surprised me. That surprised me that one got away from them. That's unlike a Lebanon or Will Christian coach team, but Neosho must be for real. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching that game. Oh.
Yeah, you're starting to cut out on us a little bit, Allen. So we'll I'm gonna kick it back to the score desk and let Kent run through the scores here before we're joined by Andy McFarland from Willard here at 10:15. Kent, we're updating the scores continuously. Where are we at right now?
Okay, I'm going to just jump right back into Class 3 where I left off. It was University Academy 41 over Northeast of Kansas City 0. Seneca defeated Nevada 54-13. St. Dominic 42, Borgia 17. Branson defeated Bolivar 35-6. North County over DeSoto 14-13. Liberty over Warrenton 35-0. While Carl Junction defeated Marshfield 49-15. Cape Central 33, Sykeston 14. Sullivan defeated Union 21-19. Francis Howell Central defeated Vianney 34-21, while Hillsborough defeated Washington 27-16. It was Halaya 66, Battle 6. Carthage defeated Glendale 48-15. Farmington over Poplar Bluff 49-19. Grain Valley defeated William Crispin 65-0. Eureka 56, Hazelwood Central 0. Neosho defeated Lebanon 47-17. Rockers defeated Olathe North out of Kansas 35-14. Smith Cotton 42, Camden 19. Webb City took care of Kickapoo 49-21. CBC 64, Chaminade 7. SLU defeated DeSmet 31-14. Blue Springs South over Lee Summit 31-7. Lee Summit North 31. Mill Valley out of Kansas 21. A big school out of Missouri defeating a big school out of Kansas. That's the among the best against among the best. Missouri came out on top. Pattonville 45, Marquette 29, Seckman 49, Northwest 14. And that goes through the big schools for me. Let's see. I can get up here and again, the 3 games from last night. Logan Rogersville defeated Parkview 34-12. Lincoln Prep fell to Shawnee Mission West 34-13. And University City defeated Fort Zumwalt East 39-34. New score here, Archie defeated Rich Hill 82-6. Northwest defeated Concordia 36-26. And it was Northland Christian going into Kansas to beat Cornerstone 26-24. Appleton City 82, Drexel 60, and it was Greenfield 104, New Heights 62. Lockwood 67, Jasper 20, King City 52 over Albany with 0. Knox County defeated Schuyler County 71-6. Liberal over Osceola 50-44. Mound City 42, South Holt 18, Keithville 56, Oric 8. Pattonsburg defeated North Andrew 74-42. That's 74-42. Pattonsburg over North Andrew. Worth County 78, Princeton 6, Hardin Central 60, Santa Fe 16, Slater 64, Sweet Springs 42. Platte Valley 44-16 over DeKalb. North Shelby 44-40 over St. Paul Lutheran. And St. Joe Christian defeated Canberra 58-32. Rockport defeated Tarkio 56-0, while Wellington Napoleon defeated Bishop LeBlanc 63-26. And it was West Nottoway 58, Stewartsville 0. Move into Class 1. Holden 21, Adrian 0, Colcamp 24-8 over Sherwood, and Grandview over Cuba 56-21. Charleston over Malden 48-14. Portageville over Confluence Prep in a forfeit. Putnam County 41, Trenton 0, Marionville 36, Skyline 6. Monroe City 46, South Shelby 0. Crest Ridge 41 over Southeast with 20. Thayer 21 over Mountain View Liberty with 14. Lamar defeated Tipton 51-7. Windsor defeated Lynn 59-8. It was Butler 69, Versailles 6, and Centralia, Missouri over Clark County 52-16, and Mid Buchanan over Centralia, Kansas 49-13. We have Caruthersville 52, Deschênes 3, Father Tolton 58, East Prairie 0, St. James 35-6 over Herman. Houston defeated Salem 54-12. Jefferson 34, Herculaneum 30. Lutheran South defeated Prairie 38-0, while Winfield came on top against Mark Twain 34-6. Mountain Grove defeated Ava 48-7. It was Blair Oaks 42, Osage 6.
All right.
Defeated Lexington 41-6.
All right, we go now to Willard head football coach Andy McFarland. Coach McFarland, thanks for joining us. Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. I've got the hang on here. There we go. I'm sorry I didn't have you on the air. That's my fault.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I've got you. I've got you, Coach. Hey, first off, congratulations on the win. First win of the season. Tell us about the ball game.
It was a great game, and really proud of our guys. We got out to a great start, especially defensively. Our defense played great all night long. We had a lot of guys really stand out in their performance, and we can talk about those guys. But, we've had struggles this year offensively, turning the ball over, and we struggled at times defensively, finishing tackles. And tonight, all those things look great. And it was overall great performance, something to be really excited about.
Who are some of the young men that really stood out for you tonight?
Well, on the defensive side of the ball, Gunnar Purrier is a linebacker for us. He had both an interception and a fumble recovery tonight. Cade Schertz blocked a field goal attempt, which was awesome. Easton Red had an interception. Will Davis is a young man that's been working hard to earn more minutes. And in the first half, he had a big sack from the nose tackle position. And a whole lot of other guys flying around, making a ton of tackles. Mike Holman was all over the field. Josh Herbert was all over the field. Several tackles for loss in big moments in the game. And just really, really proud of our defensive performance tonight.
Very good, Coach. Come out tonight's game relatively healthy.
Yeah, that part of it thankfully went well for us. You always get into this part of the season, and guys are dealing with bumps and bruises, and everybody's got that stuff going on. But even on, I've not had a lot of seasons where week 3 is hotter than week 1 was. But it's probably 15 degrees warmer tonight than it was 2 weeks ago when we were playing at home against Ozark. And I don't even think we had any cramp issues. So I was really proud of our guys for preparing their bodies, and thankful that we got out pretty unscathed, to my knowledge.
Coach, you go back to that jamboree back on August 22nd to today, September 12th. Where do you feel like the biggest improvement has come from on your team, and where are some areas that you feel like you need to shore up as you head into the bulk of your schedule?
Yeah, I thought we had a great summer, and the jamboree went well. And we were really excited for week 1 at Ozark here with us. And we played well in that game, but we turned the ball over 6 times. And you eliminate a couple of those, it's an extremely close game. And in the fourth quarter, we went into it down 1 score. And that was after a pretty poor first half performance. So obviously you got to clean that up. Last week, at Glendale, we were just really struggling on both sides of the ball with details, small details that make a big impact. And, we focused on both of those things. And I was extremely proud of our guys this week. Tyler Davis is our quarterback. Tyler threw 3 touchdowns tonight, no interceptions. And that was awesome to see. He did a great job getting the ball around. We have some great athletes out on the edge. Keyshawn Close, had several big catches, including a 30-yard touchdown catch tonight. Then Keyshawn had a huge block down the field, threw a little bubble screen to J.J. Huskisson, and turned into a 74-yard touchdown catch. Extremely athletic play down the sideline. J.J. also had a 7-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. Namai Kelly, we have at tight end. In the fourth quarter, kind of to put the game away, he had a big catch on a 4th and short to move the chains, and immediately followed it with a 5-yard touchdown catch, and that was the last score of the game, and got us to the final score. And so, not turning the ball over on offense and taking care of the details and tackling on defense have been the focus really for the last 2 weeks. And it's always good to see all that hard work come to fruition and result in a win, and really proud of our team tonight.
Outstanding, Coach. Now you've got back-to-back road games coming up. You're at Lebanon and at Carthage. Tell us a little bit about next week and the next 2 weeks and the challenges. And then you've got Neosho at home, who's playing as well as anybody.
Yes. We've been sitting here in the coach's office kind of decompressing after the game, and we always look at the scores, of course, and there's been some surprising scores this year, and many of those included Neosho. And so we've got Lebanon first, and then Carthage, and Neosho's coming up pretty quickly. And so Lebanon and Carthage, while they are a different style offensively, as far as scheme, they're a very similar style offensively, because it's all about being physical and running the ball. And so that is going to give us a lot to prepare for. Lebanon's in that flex bone, and that used to be the thing everywhere, and now it's kind of a change up. You're playing all the spread teams, and then you got to play a flex bone team. You throw Republic into that conversation as well. And both of those teams are extremely well coached and run that offense extremely well. So it gives you a handful. And then Carthage, they've played well all season. And it's going to be a couple of tough road games back to back for sure.
Well, outstanding. Well, Coach, I greatly appreciate you taking time to join us tonight. Congratulations on the win. And we look forward to visiting with you at the Quarterback Club and throughout the year on the Friday Night Live.
Very good. Thank you very much.
You bet. Thanks, Coach McFarland. Coach Andy McFarland, kind enough to join us. They get their first win of the season. And we will go back through those scores again here throughout the show. We'll probably get to them a couple more times. Coming up here at 10:25, we have Matt Perkins from Rockbridge. Rockbridge gets a big win, so he'll join us. And so what we need to do right now is take a timeout. You are watching and listening to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. We'll be back after this with Matt Perkins from Rockbridge High School.
Things are a little tight for Terrence right now. But they won't be for long, because Central Bank makes it easier for customers like Terrence to dream bigger.
More room would be nice.
With mortgage solutions that can open the door to more space.
That's what I'm talking about.
For his growing family.
Growing family?
Honey, guess what?
You got this, buddy.
Unplug and unlock. Road trips on easy mode. And a really big touchscreen for the biggest jams. And qualify for up to $7,500 in tax credit with the Equinox EV. Unlock the tech and the value with the 2025 Equinox EV, America's most affordable over 315-mile range EV. And Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Whether your day starts early or goes late into the night, brings the discovery of something new, or just the work of getting it done, it's all easier with a little help. At Great Southern Bank, we understand the importance of having a trusted, reliable support team who can offer you helpful resources and smart options to make the most of what you have and build on it, with possibilities that inspire you to keep going. Find your support team at GreatSouthernBank.com. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. We go to Rockbridge High School. We welcome in Bruins head football coach Matt Perkins. Coach Perkins, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Coach, big win tonight over Jeff City. Tell us about the ball game.
Oh, man. Anytime you get a win at that place, it's a good time. You know, we started off hot. Our quarterback on the second play of the game had a 70-yard strike to Will Bliss, junior receiver that we have. It's really speedy. We really never looked back after that. Defense turned them over, got the ball back and had a quick strike again, and then the defense had a pick six. And so it's 21-0 with about 5 minutes into the game. And then, you know, we built on it throughout the night with really good play, probably the cleanest we've played in a long time.
Coach, talk about maybe some of the young men that really stood out for you tonight. You mentioned the quarterback and the defensive side of the ball, maybe turning some stuff over, but tell us about some of the individual accomplishments tonight.
Well, we've got a defensive end named Matt Gass that's really coming into his own. He was an all-conference, all-district kid for us last year. He's 6'3", 255, and he had a couple 3 sacks on the night. They run some different triple option out of some spread stuff with a lot of different motion. He did a really good job of setting the edge. They tried to kick him out with counters, and he was just a man-child. He really kind of controlled the game up front. And then, on the back end of things, we're playing really good in really every level of our defense right now. But I thought Lamar Hayes had a really good night for us at corner. He had the pick six, a couple of batted down balls. Offensively, Garrett Essner, we got a big 6'6" tight end that's going to Memphis next year. He got into the act tonight with a couple scores, and so good to get him rolling. And then, our quarterback's really playing well, man. He's a sophomore. He's going into the night, he was 4th in the state in rushing for the quarterback position, at least with what's on, out there on max preps. And he had another big night. We didn't run him as much, but he was able to take the top off several times with his arm. So really good night for us.
Come out of tonight's contest relatively healthy outside of just football bumps and bruises?
Yeah, we're super fortunate. This is the healthiest we've ever been far into the season. We're very, very healthy and, really high spirits right now. We're young in some really interesting spots to be young. Anytime you're playing a sophomore quarterback, you kind of wonder how things are going to go. And seems like our kids have really kind of taken to, just the momentum of the energy that's in the building and doing a lot of really good things right now. Got a ways to go before we're, the team that we're capable of being, but a lot of positives to take away from tonight.
Now you go back to that August 22nd, your Jamboree date, and it may have been hotter tonight than the Jamboree, but from that point to now, where do you think you've maybe seen your biggest improvements?
Well, that's a great question. So our actual soap scrimmage the week before got canceled halfway into it. And so my varsity didn't get any reps to do that, in front of people. And so Jamboree was super eyes wide open for a couple of those young guys getting their first start. And I thought that was really important for them. They kind of, went out and had to experience some adversity with some negative things that took place. And, getting a few of those out of the way early is really important for young guys. And then, the week 1 contest, we played Park Hill. They're a really good football team out of Kansas City. And, we didn't play super clean that night. Had quite a few penalties that really kept us from being successful. And I thought, they're a good football team, and I don't know if we're as good as them or not, but we didn't really give ourselves a chance either. And so kind of just trying to go back and be a little bit cleaner, the next few weeks. And I thought tonight was a really big step in that direction. We had a really good night from our field goal kicker, Rocco DePrima. He's a 4.5-star out of Cole's kicking camp, and he had a 46-yarder today with ease. He kicked it out of the back of the end zone all night. So a couple phases of the game are starting to improve for our program, so that's really exciting.
Very good. Well, Coach, what challenges lay in front of you next week?
We've got to go on the road again. We were at Jeff City today. We got to go back to Jeff City and play against Capital City next week. And they run split back veer. They're a very physical football team. They limit possessions. And, you've got to win the turnover battle that night. You got to play really fundamental, really sound. And so we need a really good week of preparation. And we need to be able to handle some adversity because it's coming when you go on the road and see a good opponent like that. And they lost tonight to Hickman. Hickman's kind of on the rise right now. And so they're going to be, hungry to get back on the right foot, and we just got to match the energy and deal with all the things that come with playing against a really good team on the road.
Outstanding. Well, Coach Perkins, I greatly appreciate you've always been generous with your time, and greatly appreciate being part of the show tonight. Congratulations on the win, and look forward to visiting with you some more throughout the year.
Man, thanks a lot, Guy. You do a great job. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Matt Perkins there from Columbia Rockbridge, kind enough to join us here, and they get a big win. And he was, many of you remember him from this area. Spent some time down at West Plains and had some very good teams there at West Plains. So we certainly appreciate him joining the show tonight. We'll go back to the score desk. For those of you just tuning in, number 1, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Also presented by the Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. And once again, we implore you, hey, go to our Facebook page and give us a like. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. And that way, you'll know anytime that we've got anything going on. And sign up to follow us on Twitter, and you will be the smartest fan in the stands. Back to the score desk, and Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports. Kent, let's run through them one more time here before we go to Jeff Geschwender from Hannibal High School at 1040.
All right, we'll step right in with the Class 3 schools. It was Monette, 60. Aurora, 16. Southern Boone, 28. California, 7. Cassville defeated East Newton, 24-14. Harrisonville over Kansas City Center, 48-12. It was Park Hills Central, 43. Fredericktown, 0. Lutheran North defeated the John Burroughs Bombers, 56-14. St. Genevieve over Kennett, 29-15. McDonald County, 48. Mount Vernon, 7. University Academy defeated the Northeast Vikings, 41-0. It was Pleasant Hill over Oak Grove, 21-14. Seneca defeated Nevada, 54-33, while St. Dominic beat Borgia, 42-17. Branson defeated Bolivar, 35-6. North County slipped by DeSoto, 14-13. Hannibal defeated Troy Buchanan, 54-26. It was Orchard Farm, 49. Holt, 38. Kearney defeated Smithville, 34-14. Liberty over Warrenton, 35-0. Carl Junction defeated Marshfield, 49-15. Cape Central defeated Sykeston, 33-14. Sullivan slipped by Union, 21-19. Francis Howell Central, 34. Vianney, 21. It was Hillsborough, 27. Washington, 16. And West Plains with 56. Hillcrest, 7. Elias defeated Battle, 66-6. Carthage defeated Glendale, 48-15, while it was Farmington over Poplar Bluff, 49-19. Green Valley defeated William Chrisman, 65-0. And Eureka shut out Hazelwood Central, 56-0. Neosho, 47. Lebanon, 17. It was Rockhurst over Olathe North out of Kansas, 35-14. Smith Cotton defeated Camdenton, 42-19. Webb City, 49. Kickapoo, 21. Christian Brothers, 64. Chaminade, 7. It was St. Louis University High, 31. DeSmet, 14. That was 31-14. SLU over DeSmet. Nixa defeated Joplin, 28-14. Blue Springs South defeated Lee Summit, 31-7, while Lee Summit North defeated Mill Valley out of Kansas, 31-21. Pattonville, 45. Marquette, 29. Park Hill South, 13. Oak Park, 6. Seckman defeated Northwest, 49-14. And we can slide right back up here to the 8-man. We may have all the 8-man now, most all of them. Archie over Rich Hill, 82-6. It was Northwest 36, Concordia 26. Northland Christian went into Kansas to defeat Cornerstone 26-24. Drexel 60, falling to Appleton City with 82. It was Appleton City over Drexel, 82-60. Greenfield outdistanced New Heights, 104-62. Lockwood 67, Jasper 20. King City defeated Albany 52-0, while Knox County defeated Schuyler County 71-6. It was Liberal over Osceola 50-44. Mound City defeated South Holt 42-18. Keithsville over Oric 56-8. Pattonsburg defeated North Andrews 74-42, and it was Worth County 78, Princeton 6. Hardin Central 60, Santa Fe 16. Slater defeated Sweet Springs 64-42. It was Platte County over DeKalb 44-16. North Shelby in a close one over St. Paul Lutheran 44-40. St. Joe Christian defeated Stanberry 58-32. Rockport 56, Tarkio 0. Wellington Napoleon 63, Bishop LeBlanc 26, and West Nottoway shutout Stewartsville 58-0. Holden shutout Adrian 21-0. It was Brookfield 45, Highland 6. Colcamp 24, Sherwood 8. Westrand defeated Fulton 36-18. Grandview defeated Cuba 56-21. Scotland County over Harrisburg 40-30. Lathrop 26, North Platte 22. It was Van Far over Louisiana 46-20. Charleston over Malden 48-14. Maysville defeated Milan 22-18. Sarcoxy over Pierce City 30-27. In a forfeit, it was Portageville over Confluence Prep. Putnam County over Trenton 41-0, and Russellville over Midway 41-6, while it was Marionville 36, Skyline 6. Monroe City 46, South Shelby 0. Crest Ridge defeated Southeast 41-20. Ash Grove over Stockton 39-6. Thayer defeated Mountain View Liberty 21-14, with Lamar defeating Tipton 21-7. West Platte 13, Penny 7. Windsor 59, Lynn 8. It was Butler over Versailles 69-6, with Winnetonka shutting out Cameron 46-0. Centralia 52, Clark County 16. Mid-Buchanan beat Centralia High out of Kansas 49-13. Centralia, Missouri 52, Clark County 16. Caruthersville 52-3 over Deschênes. Father Tolton 58, East Prairie 0. El Dorado Springs shut out Pleasant Hope 55-0. St. James over Herman 35-6. Houston over Salem 54-12, and it was Jefferson in a close one over Herculaneum 34-30. Warsaw 32, Lafayette County 0. Lutheran South defeated Priory 38-0. Macon over Palmyra 27-12. Winfield over Mark Twain 34-6. North Callaway over Montgomery County 44-16. Mountain Grove defeated Ava 48-7. Blair Oaks over Osage 48-6. South Callaway 41, Lexington 6. St. Vincent 27, Perryville 21. Wright City 34, Bowling Green 6. Monette defeated Aurora 60-16. Southern Boone over California 28-7. Cassville over East Newton 24-14. Harrisonville 48. Center High out of Kansas City 12. That's 48-12. Harrisonville over Central. Park Hills Central 43. Fredericktown 0. Maryville defeated Chillicothe 31-7. Eldon over Owensville 13-8. Lutheran North defeated John Burroughs 56-14. St. Genevieve over Kennett 29-15. McDonald County over Mount Vernon 48-7. And University Academy shuts out Northeast of Kansas City 41-0. Pleasant Hill 21, Oak Grove 14. Seneca over Nevada 54-33, with St. Dominic dominating Borgia 42-17. Branson over Bolivar 35-6. North County edged out DeSoto 14-13, while
All right.
defeated Troy Buchanan 54-26.
Very good. We welcome to the show now Hannibal head football coach Jeff Geschwender, Coach. Geschwender, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, no problem. I don't have much of a voice, so I'll do my best.
All right. Well, you get a big win tonight, 54-26 over Troy Buchanan. Tell us about the ball game.
I tell you, it was good physical. It was a good physical game. Our kids came out, and I thought they did an outstanding job keeping their focus. Just really focusing on the tendencies that we practiced all week, and then on offense, just coming out and just hammering away. We thought we could move the ball on them a little bit, but whenever stuff would go down, we just had some players really step up and get some big plays for us and get some big drives started for us.
Who were some of the young men that really stood out tonight for you guys?
Oh, well, our quarterback, Wyatt Dorsey, he had he really put himself as one of the top quarterbacks in the area. He was just a stud tonight. Darian Washington, Kate Hoskins were great on offense and defense. Our offensive and defensive lines were just outstanding as far as being able to really move the ball really well, running it, and being able to really handle the time and the field position and everything. But then our defensive line of just taking on their big pullers and everything and reading our keys right, squeezing stuff down and just being good tacklers. So, it's hard to say who really, the whole team stepped up as a whole group, because even our special teams made some really big plays that either flipped some momentum a little bit our way or took momentum away from them, just things like that. So I was really proud of our kids.
Coach, I've been talking to coaches around the state, and I've kind of asked everybody kind of the same question. You go back to that jamboree. You're 3 weeks into it now. Where do you feel like you've got maybe the most improvement, and has anybody surprised you? Think where, hey man, this kid's better than I thought he was going to be.
Well, we got a handful of sophomores that have really stepped up and became varsity players really quick. We thought it was going to take a little bit more time, like with Philip Martin and Chase Whitaker and Christian Nyson and Donnie and Julian Murphy. Those are a handful of sophomores there that we thought was going to take a good, half a season to really get them varsity ready. Now, those kids have flat out gotten after it and have really developed well. And, we've got a lot of rotators that are going in and giving our guys breaks, and we're not missing a step. So, and a lot of it's hats off to our assistant coaches for really coaching up the technique throughout the preseason and everything. Our development's really coming around, and our depth is really coming around. So, I've been really happy with those younger kids and some of those rotators that we're really needing, especially when we start getting through the stretch of the season.
Again, we're visiting with Hannibal head football coach Jeff Geschwender. And Coach, we have a rule here at the Missouri Sports Network that in order to become a friend of the show, you have to make 3 appearances, and you have done that. So
right.
You are a friend of the show, Coach. And, tell us tonight, did you come out of tonight's contest relatively healthy?
Yeah, we did. We're going to be sore as a dog. It was a really physical game. They're an 80% run team as well as we are. So, there was a lot of box play tonight. And there were some dudes there were some guys that came in and just got physical, whether it was throwing their body into stuff to make sure we get good tackles, whether it was, flying across the field to make sure we get a good block. But it was a very, very physical game. And, we came out pretty darn healthy, I know we're going to be sore as heck tomorrow, but we really didn't come out with any injuries.
They've got Fulton at home next week. What challenges do they present?
I don't know. I haven't even watched them yet, but from what I've heard, they're getting under center and they're running the ball downhill. So that always poses challenges, regardless of how successful you've been in the past or whatnot. They seem to be turning things in the right direction. And, we've just been very adamant with our guys through the preseason and into these first couple weeks. We really do not care who's lining up in front of us. We have a level of play that we just need to continue to get better, and I challenged our kids, we need to be twice the team week 10 than we were tonight. We played pretty darn good tonight.
Coach, as you look at your district, class for that District 5, any surprises there maybe somebody leave or come in that you weren't expecting?
Well, I'm kind of surprised that Marshall and Odessa are in our district. I mean, they're a good 3.5, 4 hours away from us, but I mean, that's just the way it is with where we're located. We get thrown into districts all over the state. You know, I remember back 20 years ago, we were in the same district as Camdenton somehow. So, you know, that's the way Michigan does it. And, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. We just got to line up and play whoever they throw in front of us.
Very good. Well, everybody in that district's got at least 2 wins.
Yep. Yeah. I was going to say there's a lot of wins happening in our district. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of points on the district board that, you know, these wins against this Class 6 teams, and those are good ones for us.
Very good. Well, Coach, again, congratulations on the win. Thanks for being part of the show and officially a friend of the show.
Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot, man. I enjoyed talking to you guys.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Have a great evening.
All right, thanks.
Coach Jeff Kashwender there is kind enough to join us here on the network. We've reached out to a couple others, but I don't know that we're going to get to them if they get back. Well, I'll tell you what, if they get back to us, we'll get them on. We will definitely get them on the show. But it's been a full show tonight. I don't know anybody in the state. I know nobody has more scores than we do, and I guarantee you nobody's interviewing more coaches than we are interviewing tonight. We're already through 6 already, from Logan Rogersville to Mountain Grove to St. Louis University High to Willard High School to Rockbridge, and then all the way to Hannibal. With that, we've reached out to Nick Bear at Segment to see if he might come on. We've also reached out to Cody Hilburn at Seneca. Have not heard back from either one of those. So what we need to do right now is go back to the score desk and Kent Mueller, and let's run through those scores. And if we don't get a coach that gets back to us, we'll wrap her up and send everybody home.
All right. We'll just start at the top and see where we go. Last evening, there were 3 games. It was Logan Rogersville over Parkview, 34-12. Shawnee Mission West and Kansas over Lincoln Prep, 34-13. Is University City 39, Fort Zumwalt East 34. Into 8-man football starting tonight. It was Archie over Rich Hill, 82-6. Northwest 36 over Concordia with 26. Northland Christian 26, Cornerstone out of Kansas 24. Appleton City 82, Drexel 60. Greenfield outdistanced New Heights 104-62. Lockwood 67, Jasper 20. King City 52, Albany 0, while it was Knox County over Schuyler County 71-6. Liberal defeated Osceola tonight 50-44. Mound City over South Holt 42-18. It was Keatsville 56, Oric 8. Pattonsburg 74, North Andrew 42, while it was Worth County 70-8, Princeton 6. Hardin Central 60 over Santa Fe with 16. Slater 64, Sweet Springs 42. It was Platte County 44 over DeKalb with 16. North Shelby defeated St. Paul Lutheran 44-40. St. Joe Christian 58. St. Stanberry 32. That's 58-32. St. Joe Christian over Stanberry. Rockport 56. Tarkio 0. Wellington Napoleon 63. Bishop LeBlond 26. West Nottoway shut out Stewartsville 58-0. Into 11-man football, these are games from tonight. Holden over Adrian 21-0. Brookfield 45-6 over Highland. Colcamp over Sherwood 24-8. Salisbury 46, Fayette 0. Westran defeated Fulton 36-28. Grandview over Cuba 56-21. Scotland County 40, Harrisburg 30. Lathrop Edgepass North Platte 26-22. And it was Van Far 46, Louisiana 20. Charleston defeated Malden 48-14. Maysville defeated Milan 22-18. Sarcoxy in a close one over Pierce City 30-27. The forfeit for the night, it was Portageville over Confluence Prep. Putnam County defeated Trenton 41-0. Russellville 41, Midway 6. Marionville over Skyline 36-6. Monroe City shut out South Shelby 46-0. Crest Ridge 41, southeast of Kansas City with 20. Ash Grove defeated Stockton 39-6. Thayer defeated Mountain View Liberty 21-14. Lamar over Tipton 21-7. West Platte defeated Penny 13-7. And it was Windsor 59, Lynn 8. Butler defeated Versailles 69-6. And Winnetonka shut out Cameron 46-0. Dexter over New Madrid County 36-20. Centralia of Missouri 52, Clark County 16, and it was Centralia of Kansas falling to Mid Buchanan 49-13. Caruthersville defeated Deschênes 52-3. Father Tolton shut out East Prairie 58-0, while El Dorado Springs shut out Pleasant Hope 55-0. It was St. James over Herman 35-6. Houston over Salem 54-12. Herculaneum fell to Jefferson 30-34. It was Jefferson 34, Herculaneum 30. Kelly defeated Doniphan 14-0. It was Warsaw 32, Lafayette County 0. Lutheran North over Priory 38-0. Macon over Palmyra 27-12, while Winfield defeated Mark Twain 34-6. North Callaway 44, Montgomery County 16. Mountain Grove defeated Ava 48-7. Blair Oaks over Osage 42-6. Pembroke Hill shut out Kip KC Legacy 38-0. South Callaway 41, Lexington 6. St. Vincent 27, Perryville 21. Clinton defeated Summit Christian 44-14, and Wright City over Bowling Green 34-6. Monette over Aurora 60-16. Boonville defeated Hallsville 42-14. Southern Boone defeated California 28-7. Cassville 24, East Newton 14. Harrisonville defeated Center High 48-12. It was Kansas City Central over Ruskin 28-6. Park Hills Central 43, Fredericktown 0. Maryville 31, Chillicothe 7. Eldon 13, Owensville 8. Lutheran North over John Burroughs 56-14. St. Genevieve 29, Kennett 15. McDonald County over Mount Vernon 48-7. University Academy defeated Northeast Vikings of Kansas City 41-0. Pleasant Hill defeated Oak Grove 21-14. It was Seneca 54, Nevada 33. St. Dominic 42, Borgia 17. Valley Catholic defeated Potosi 47-15, and Warrensburg over Moberly 42-7. Branson defeated Bolivar 35-6. North County 14, and a close one over DeSoto with 13. It was North County 14-13 over DeSoto. Hannibal 54, Troy Buchanan 26. Orchard Farm 49, Holt 38. Kearney defeated Smithville 34-14. Liberty defeated Raytown South 70-7, while Warrenton defeated Liberty of Wentzville it was Liberty Wentzville over Warrenton 35-0. Carl Junction 49, Marshfield 15. Kansas City North 48, Excelsior Springs 10. Savannah over Kirksville 28-0. Central out of Cape Girardeau 33, Sykeston 14. Fort Zumwalt South 19, St. Charles 6. It was Sullivan edging out Union 21-19. Francis Howell Central over Vianney 34-21. Hillsborough defeated Washington 27-16. West Plains defeated Hillcrest 56-7. Elias defeated Battle 66-6, with Carthage defeating Glendale 48-15. It was Farmington 49-19 over Poplar Bluff, and Grain Valley defeated William Chrisman 65-0. St. Joe Central 28, Grandview 0, and Eureka shut out Hazelwood Central 56-0. It was Lafayette 35, Kirkwood 28. Neosho 47 over Lebanon with 17. North Point defeated Timberland 45-29. Rockwood Summit defeated Oakville 31-6. It was Rockhurst traveling into Kansas to defeat Olathe North 35-14. That's the Hawklets 35, Olathe North 14. Platte County defeated Fort Osage 46-7. Raytown over Belton 42-14. Republic over Ozark 55-33. Rolla rolled over Miller Career 76-32. It was Smith Cotton 42-19 over Camdenton, while Webb City defeated Kickapoo 49-21. Willard defeated Waynesville 34-7, while Christian Brothers manhandled Chaminade 64-7. St. Louis University High 31, DeSmet 14. It was Jackson over Edwardsville of Illinois 33-28. Nixa defeated Joplin 28-14. Blue Springs South 31, Lee Summit 7, while Lee Summit North defeated Mill Valley out of Kansas 31-21. Pattonville 45, Marquette 29. Park Hill South defeated Oak Park 13-6. It was Blue Springs over Raymore Peculiar 31-7, and Seckman defeated Northwest 49-14. Park Hill 23, Staley 7. That goes through all the scores that we have at this moment.
Very good. Very good. And tomorrow will be Scott City at Hayti. St. Mary's Academy out of Kansas at Hogan Prep. Roosevelt will be at Jennings. Hazelwood East will be at McClure. Westminster Christian will be at MICDS. Belleville will be at Normandy. Belleville, West Illinois will be at Normandy. And Lutheran St. Charles will be at Saldan. Well, gentlemen, it's been fun. It's always hectic. Coaches, I greatly appreciate coaches coming on tonight. Joe Wells from Logan Rogersville, Dan Swafford from Mountain Grove, Adam Cruz from St. Louis University High, Andy McFarland from Willard, Matt Perkins from Rockbridge, Jeff Geschwender from Hannibal. You can hear a replay of the entire show tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Also, make sure and tune in for our Athletes of the Week, which will be released individually starting at 9. There'll be one going out at 9, one going out at 10, and one going out at 11. Got a couple of boys on that list, both players from Odessa High School, quarterback and wide receiver. We've got a young lady from Bolivar, Missouri, softball player, and a young lady from Webb City, Missouri, in cross country. That'll all be going out tonight, or you can revisit High School Game Day Countdown to Kickoff, which aired at 5 o'clock today. Just go to our YouTube page, and you can find all of that, or at Facebook, or on Twitter. Hey, but to the 70,000 people tonight that viewed our scores and our shows, and even to the 300 or 400 people that were watching it live or listening to it live, we greatly appreciate you. Couldn't do it without you. Couldn't do it without the coaches, and couldn't do it without Kent at the score desk and Darren Archer in the green room, and our eyes and ears on the ground here, Shelly, making sure that we're on the air. Hey, everybody, you have a great night, And we will talk to you soon. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.
Hello there. My name is Kyle Fisher, head basketball coach and principal at Harrisburg High School and member of the Missouri Milestones list presented by Playing on Sports and the Missouri Sports Network. Be sure to give them a follow on X at Sports Guy and at Playing_Sports and Missouri Sports Network. This has been the most complete list of Missouri high school athletes and accomplishments anywhere. Weekly interviews, stats, and scores updated almost daily. Give them a chance to earn your fandom. Thank you and have a wonderful day.